Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Helen from Al-Jari TV channel with our sport news for this week. The main headlines: Al-Ahli threatens to collapse Egyptian football and sports. History of lying in Al-Ahli and Zamalek confrontation. State-sponsored fanaticism. Here are the details. After Al-Ahli winning the AFC Champions title against the South African Kaizer Chiefs in Morocco by a score 3-0, a number of videos of some of Al-Ahli's audiences have gone viral, and they cheered on Shikabala, the star of Zamalek and the historical star of Egyptian football. The temporary committee of the Zamalek Club, chaired by Hesham Hatb, withdrew its congratulations to Al-Ahli Club, then went back and stood with it and forgot the case of Shikabala. Al-Ahli Council, headed by Al-Khatib, did not apologize or blame their people as if they were involved in their actions. The Minister of Sports ignored the lying and curses about Egypt's first star. Zamalek leader Mahmoud Abdulrazak Shikabala just posted a picture of him leading the White Castle crowd at one of the games in response to cheers and a number of Al-Ahli fans. Politics and football are at the forefront of the most important things in which Egyptians call their jokes towards their enemies, whether they are rulers or sultans, ministers, or officials or rival footballers. Since the beginning of Al-Ahli and Zamalek games, which throughout their history have shaped the popularity of the two biggest clubs in the Arab world and their most prestigious and exciting games, the humor has kept the clubs together and has become a mockery of the winner towards the defeated, became from the top classics. In the most periods, it stopped when the rival team was ridiculed at once without personally addressing its players or requiring to change the referee of the meeting because of an error of courtesy of one of the teams. Over the years, as the competition between the two teams that have become the most competitive for the tournaments has intensified the fanaticism of the masses, the crowds of the two teams have traditionally colored the winner. A donkey, the color of the loser, and saying, "Go, go, Al-Ahli," or Al-Zamalek is here in celebration of his defeat. In the 1980s, with fellow stars Hesham Hatb and Gamal Abdel Hamid, Hesham Hatb was mocked by Al-Ahli following the arrest of his wife's sister actress Alda Riyad in the etiquette case. Al-Ahli's fellows mocked Gamal Abdel Hamid for his ties to female artists. By the beginning of the millennium, bullying had returned to the stadiums, and his victim was Hassan Imam, a young Zamalek folks who married at the top of his glamour and tender in the stadiums. But his artist and physical level quickly declined, and he faced scathing criticism from both Zamalek and Al-Ahli fellows. It didn't last long, and Hassan Imam, ended up football. After more than 10 years, bullying returned to show its ugly face. And this time, its victim was Ahmed Megahid, the star of Al-Ahli Club who married Miss Egypt at that time, Yara Naum. Through it, Zamalek Mesa's revenge against the bullying of previous years. After Ahmed Megahid bullying returned to stadiums, but with a frozen rivalry between the club crowd in targeting the players, Shikabala and Mohamed Zakaria, the most prominent star of the Summit Games, has won the biggest share of his bullying, which has crossed all the lines, reaching out to mock the disease of Mohamed Zakaria and the color of Shikabala's brunette skin. While Al-Ahli's Masons never stopped and allowed expressions against Shikabala, the Black Star interacted with it. Racist shoes to Al-Ahli's Masons on various occasions. The crowd did not stop making fun of him, even calling him deceased, became a compassionate before and after the meetings, and released several comedy photos of his death and videos reciting Al-Fatiha for his soul at the moment he walked down the stadium. Bullying against Shikabala peaked after the last submit match in the final of the African Champions, which ended with the coronation of Al-Ahli, when the crowd lifted the black dog in a white shirt chanting Shika Shika, and a number of Al-Ahli audiences posted a video of them heading to the cemeteries set to those of the Shikabala's family and reciting Al-Fatiha for his soul. Much mourning and in the increase in bullying among Egyptian audiences in recent years, and the fact that both the Football Federation and the Ministry of Youth and Sports have not taken any real steps to the counter this dangerous phenomenon and continuing discord between both teams. The media, also known for the relationship with the regiment, have not taken any real steps to stop hate campaigns among the public. It has been fueling this conflict through the channels of the two clubs, through its fanatical media, through the leaking of telephones, conversations between Egyptian football officials that stir up discord among the Masons, and the exasperating cold media campaign called for non-intolerance that do not resonate with the Masons. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all our news for tonight. Meet you next week with our new news about the sports. Thank you very much.
في البداية لكل من بيسألوني ازاي يشتركوا في القناة وازاي يفعلوا الجرس وازاي يتواصلوا معايا على الفيسبوك. اولا انت لما تروح للصفحة الرئيسية للقناة، قناة الجريد تي في، هتلاقي هنا اشترك في الصفحة الرئيسية، تشترك، دوس الجرس، تختار اول واحدة، فكده انت بتبقى اشتركت في القناة واول ما بنعمل فيديو بيجي لك. طيب ازاي تتواصل معايا؟ عندك هنا عند الصورة الرئيسية في كلمة فيسبوك، لو دوست عليها هتوديك لصفحتنا مباشرة للفيسبوك، أو العلامة بتاعت تويتر دوست عليها توديك في تويتر. لينكدين، عايز تبعت لي إيميل، من هنا تدوس تبعت إيميل مباشرة. عايز تتكلم معايا على ماسنجر بتاع الفيسبوك، بتدوس على آخر واحدة هذه العلامة. نرجع نقول تاني، عايز تروح صفحتنا على الفيسبوك هتلاقي فوق عند القلم صفحتنا في الفيسبوك، تدوس توديك الصفحة مباشرة. تويتر تدوس تروح الصفحة. لينكدين تبعت ايميل او تتواصل معايا على ماسنجر، تكتب على طول. الموضوع سهل. من الممكن مثلا ان انت تكون بتشاهد فيديو للجريد تي في زي ده، وانت تشاهد هذا الفيديو مثلا عايز تشترك في القناة، فبتعمل ايه؟ بتدوس على الاحمر، طول ما هي حمرا كده تبقى انت مش مشترك في القناة، فبتدوس على الاحمر وتدوس على الجرس تختار الاول، تدوس على الجرس تختار الاول. عايز تتواصل معايا على الفيسبوك تويتر، روح على العلامة او كلمة الجريء تي في، هيوديك للصفحة الرئيسية، تختار من فوق من عند القلم فيسبوك، تويتر، لينكدين، الايميل، اخر حاجة ماسنجر، تحاورني على الماسنجر. طب عايز تشوف كل الفيديوهات السابقة، تدوس على كلمة الفيديوهات، هتطلع كل الفيديوهات والخبطات الإعلامية اللي احنا حققناها، ولما ضربنا في الوزير، ولما ضربنا في أسرار النادي الأهلي ومخالفات النادي الأهلي، كل الحاجات اللي انفردنا بيها، وحواراتنا مع النجوم، وكل الموضوعات وكل الانفرادات هتلاقيها في منذ بداية القناة، وتستمتع بما حققناه من انتصارات ضد كل من هما ضد نادي الزمالك. فبالتوفيق هذا الشرح. لو انت ما فهمتش الشرح عيد الفيديو تاني واتفرج عليه عشان تعرف. اقعد اكرر من هنا فوق عند الصورة الرئيسية، تدوس تروح صفحة الفيسبوك، هنا تويتر، هنا لينكدين، هنا تبعت ايميل، هنا ماسنجر.